Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. Tis I, Mike Martins, your housing discussion guru, tech, I was going to say expert. No, I don't know anything. I have a grade 6 reading level. What do I know, right? Okay, well, here we go. I have an article here for you guys that I want to kind of cover with you guys. 4 real estate market predictions for 2019 if you're living in Toronto. So these are 4 predictions that are thrown out there. You guys have seen my predictions for the last couple of years, last 7-8 years, and where I thought things were going to be headed, and everything's coming to light and everything is coming into place. So let's kick this off. The year 2018 saw a significant increase in demand and the price of condos in Toronto. The increase was largely due to the lack of affordability of single-family homes and townhouses, which prices as high as they have been over the recent past. So it's record phenomenal amount of increase in the last couple of years. Just the middle class doesn't even stand a chance. Anyways, condo prices certainly seemed much more attractive and more obtainable to prospective home buyers. The average sale price of a home in GTA is $787,000, and even though it was lower than the previous year's average of $822, that's still a hefty price for consumers to pay, especially first-time home buyers. So, yeah. That's a lot of VIG. That's a lot of VIG. You got to pay lots of interest or juice or under money or undercurrent. They call it undercurrent too, because it's currency. Money is currency. It's current. It basically is like a currency. It flows around, right? But what will Toronto's housing market look like this year? Below are 4 real estate market predictions we'd be willing to bet on in 2019. So let's look at these. Okay. 1, condo sales may level out. As hot as condo sales were in 2018. Again, guys, let's go back to why they were hot in 2018. Because it's the only affordable asset you could buy. It's the only way to get into the FOMO market if you're fear of missing out. Detached pricing was just way out of reach. So people that were fear of missing out, never being able to own. Like those real estate agents that wear these checker jackets that say, if you don't own right now, you'll never own anything again. You'll be out of the market forever. Yeah, but well, look what's happening now. It's expected that this type of housing demand will slow down in 2019. That said, condos will still be a major player in the Toronto real estate market this year. It will. Only because of affordability issues, because detached markets are so out of reach. But when you factor in the mafia strata fees and all the other bills you have to pay, you're better off having a single detached dwelling in the long run with the amount of fees you pay. Plenty of new condo developments are nearing completion, like 300 right now. And many more projects on the way. With so many new units on the market, condo sales are likely to level off this year. Level off! That's saying it likely. Okay, number 2. Home sale prices may see a slower climb. Yes, because they're still out of reach, and you're starting to see the detached market catching up. You start seeing the detached market catching up to the, oh, I'm getting all these viruses checks and stuff. Woo, nobody cares. Okay, so you start seeing a very dangerous increase in the condo market. That's great for the people that own, but the problem is when it starts inverting with housing prices, detached homes, which should be more money than condos, you start looking at huge problems, right? Interest rates start to climb. Mortgage qualification criteria, including new mortgage stress tests, continues to tighten. Home prices are expected to increase at slower pace this year, likely below 5% mark. In fact, real estate brokerage Remax is anticipating a 2% increase in housing in Toronto in 2019, according to the firm's 2019 Housing Market Outlook report. That would be great if everybody got a 40% increase in pay right across the board. Right across the board, 40% increase in pay. Because the money is severely devalued that $100,000 nowadays doesn't get you much. It doesn't, I mean, I don't even think you buy a parking space in Vancouver. Anyways, let's go. Number 3, sale of homes in the $1 million range will soften. Yeah, no, of course. There's no more capital outflows coming out of China, so a lot of the luxury market will just sit empty. And guys, when I say luxury market, it's not these mansions with pools and palatial mansions for $1-2 million. I'm just talking about an average house that's got maybe 5 bedrooms. So According to the same RE/MAX report, it's expected that home prices over 1.5 million mark will decrease this year as home buyers feel the pinch of rising rates, as well as the challenge of passing the recently introduced mortgage stress test. Sales of homes in this price bracket will weaken. Again, it will weaken because people can't secure financing. You can't secure financing. You can't get a mortgage. You can't get a mortgage. You can't buy the property. Today, I went to my bank. I needed not that much money, very little amount of money, because I want to buy a building in town, very inexpensive building, to run my business. And unfortunately, the bank won't secure me the financing because my corporation doesn't make enough money to make back the payments. So even though I own my house free and clear, I just wanted a little line of 30 grand, and I'll pay it back before Christmas. I told them I'll pay it back if I don't take my house, if I don't pay it by Christmas. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't touch me. So stress testing and mortgage testing is real. So they didn't even stress test me. They looked at it. They looked at the deal. They looked. I was gonna borrow. I think it was like 8 or 7% value for my house just to secure and buy the bill, because I have the rest in cash saved to buy the building. And they won't. The bank could be smart and say, wait, if he doesn't pay this building off, we take the building and his house, and we're up double. But the banks don't want to take the risk anymore with people like me, so they gotta be very careful, right? Okay, so according to new RE/MAX report, it's expected the prices of $1.5 million mark will decrease this year as home buyers feel the pinch of rising rates, well as the challenge of passing recently introduced mortgage. I covered that. We know what's going on. Rent prices may increase. So guys, people that are renting say, I'm so happy I rent. I'm not in this whole mumbo jumbo. Well, if interest rates go up, you're going to see a lot of rent evictions where landlords are going to evict you to renovate their property and clean it and paint it. And if they even do that, a lot of times, a lot of rent evictions that are happening right now in Nevada, Reno, Nevada, because all these people from California moving east into the United States, in Reno, they're getting lots of rent evictions there, and it's been an absolute nightmare there. And they get evicted and stuff, and then not even a month later, it gets rented out for more money, and then somebody rented whatever. They went back to the place. Just because they made friends with somebody that moved in there, and they noticed a dog hair on the wall that was still there, so there was no evictions done, renovations done on the property. They just said that to get rid of the landlord, the tenant, sorry, that was there for many years. That's a really scary story, but anyways. Rent prices may increase. Housing affordability has been a major issue for many Torontonians. Not only have many been turning to condos as a way to get in the market. There you go. That's why the market, this answers number one, why the condo market was hot. People of FOMO, fear of missing out, jump on the market and don't want to miss out. But many others continue to rent because the high prices of stringent mortgage requirements and rising mortgage rates. Unfortunately, rent prices haven't exactly been cheap either, and they're expected to increase in 2019. This is a really good kind of vague article that if you read between lines, you can start answering a lot of your own questions on what's happening in the housing market. So, and with the mass exodus of youth and millennials leaving the GTA, moving to Cambridge, Waterloo, Cayuga, Hamilton, Ontario, Niagara Falls, people as far as Niagara Falls moving out, and the city is going to have a really tough time making up its deficits. The city of Toronto has deficits, and it has, transportation, hospitals, and stuff to pay for. And I think the city of Toronto is going to have a really tough time making that up with everybody that actually pay the taxes and get taxed on their wages and all that, leaving to other more greener pastures. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I'd like to know. Add me on Skype if you want to be on the show. Mike Martins 1980. Mike Martins 1980. Add me on the show. And if you guys want to come on the show and talk, please come on the show on Trends in the Housing Market every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Western Seaboard Time, LA County Time, Tijuana Time, Seattle, Vancouver Time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thanks for hitting me up in the tip jar. It means a lot to me.